In today's video, we're gonna do something new. We're gonna go through some major development notices that came up in February of 2024 with regards to the city of Toronto. And we're gonna go through these development notices with regards to the particular pre-construction projects that are being proposed. Whether they're development notices and applications for brand new projects or amendments or alterations to already ongoing applications for projects discussed in the past. I can't cover every single development notice that came in February 2024, but we're gonna cover some major ones that caught my eye. As always, this is Sam from Pre-Con Connoisseur. On this channel, we like to discuss everything having to do with the pre-construction condo market, development news, project reviews, news items, and pre-construction trends. So for the latest on the Toronto and GTA pre-construction market, subscribe for more, or you can find my contact information in the description box. Lastly, feel free to join the WhatsApp group chat, an exclusive group chat I have where I share across the latest floor plans, price lists for the latest projects. Let's get started. First up, we have 8 Camden. As you guys can see, currently application status under review. The description of the actual application is nothing, really noteworthy. It's to amend a zoning bylaw, but with regards to what? Well, with regards to the holding provision of a site, with regards to a construction site. And what site is that? Well, that's going to be the site of 8 Camden, which is a Brad land development site at Spadina and Richmond Street, as you guys can see. And here we have the architectural plans of 8 Camden. You guys can see it's nothing really spectacular with regards to the exterior. The application for the project totals is 17 stories, so 17 levels, 1,387 total GCA, with a proposed total amount of units of 200 units. And as you guys can see from the architectural plans further, this is the exact site. And all in all, I'm not the biggest fan of LAM development. The biggest positives about LAM development condos is honestly the fact that most of them actually have gas stoves, which is pretty cool. But otherwise, a lot of the projects I'm not the biggest fan of. Their King Street project is decent, not too bad. But most of the buildings I think could be done better. The next major application is with regards to 3180 Dufferin Street, and the description of this application reads as redevelopment of the subject site with new residential mixed-use buildings containing 4 towers of 18, 20, 23, and 25 stories each. So this is a major development, and if you're not familiar with 3180 Dufferin Street West, right now it is a plaza with Staples, some restaurants, and a car dealership at the major intersection of Dufferin and Lawrence. And this is the entire plaza that they're looking to develop into this massive 4 to 5 building project. As you see, it was submitted February 14th of 2024. And this is, at this point in time, these are the illustrations provided by the builder for what the project is going to look like. And it looks cool, but I've seen a lot of proposals look cool on paper. And actually, this reminds me, this image reminds me of, which is the latest projects around Tippett Road, which is, I believe, by Yorkdale, close to Yorkdale. Some of the Tippett condos and the Rocket condos. As you guys can see here from the architectural plans, once again, the project site is here exactly at Dufferin, and the major intersection is Lawrence. And once again, it's going to be this plaza with the Staples. And as part of this project, they're going to have this new street here, actually 2 new streets, a T intersection, as you guys can see, to separate all 4 projects. At this point in time, for block 1 and block 2, they're going with 3180 Dufferin Street. They're going to fit all 4 towers into these 2 blocks. This new street here is going to divide 3140 Dufferin, as you see down here, with 3180. So it's cool that these guys are getting a new street. The builders have to do that for this project to actually take place. And what they're going for is, as you see here, 18-story Tower D, 20-story Tower C, 25-story Tower A, and 23-story Tower B, with some 6-story outdoor amenity on each side. So this is going to be more of a sophisticated development than the 8 Camden one we just discussed. By the way, these are all at the development phase, the application phase. There's a lot of things that have to actually happen, and there's probably going to be a lot of alterations to these projects through the community planning. If anyone has a problem, the city coming with some conditions, neighboring adjacent lots and their owners having their own conditions. But to stay up to date with any of this, once again, subscribe, or you can find my contact information in the description box to stay up to date. Moving on now, we're gonna stay in the west side of the city and take a look at this application, 12 to 14 Bentworth Avenue. Recently submitted once again. The description reads, combined official plan and zoning bylaw amendment application. The application seeks to demolish the existing low-rise buildings at 12, 14, and 18, and 20 Bentworth Avenue to permit the development of a mid-rise residential building. Proposal, 9-story building, total residential gross floor area of 8,200 meters squared. First, let's take a look at the address. And as you see, we're staying on Dufferin Street, but this is north of what we just discussed. This is very close to Yorkdale, as you guys can see. As of now, 12 Bentworth to 14 Bentworth is mostly mechanics and automotive shops. Starting at 16 Bentworth area, you have all these residential detached single family homes, who most certainly, if you know, my guess is right, these immediate ones here are not going to like this development that's going to come. But let's take a look at the architectural plans. The design is pretty cookie cutter, nothing particularly interesting. And it seems as if they're not planning on touching the residential homes here from this rendering. Yes, as you guys can see from the zoomed in survey, that this is the site right here. But this is quite an awkward site because the prime lot here is the one fronting Dufferin Street. This seems to be well into Bentworth. Anyways, I know we just covered 3 applications, but unfortunately I had some camera issues that didn't record the rest. Going forward, I'm going to try to get more applications in on a monthly basis, the latest news. And if there's something major, obviously I'll cover it for its own video. As always, for more on the Toronto pre-construction market and the latest development news, follow me for more or get in touch.